Rome Noon Optimist Club.
That's correct.
That's the official name.
Stand by. 4.
All about pancakes. Learn more right after this.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change. Let's go!
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet! Dang it. Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Yeah! Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
Welcome to Community Watch. Greg.
Doc.
How you doing?
Hungry.
Are you? Well, lucky for you, we're talking about, well, I don't know if it'll
Well, it's
help
not
you.
really lucky
Everybody's
today,
not gonna
but
help you.
yes.
But there could be pancakes in your future.
I like pancakes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've actually done shows about the Optimist Club, the Rome Noon Optimist Club, in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And talked about pancakes in the past, but it's still a pretty amazing event,
Oh yes.
annual event, and funds a great deal of positive work.
Oh yes.
So I'm glad that we have an opportunity to do another show to talk about it.
Well, that's one of the things I love about being a co-host of this show. You learn about some of the wonderful things, organization, and people in Rome that you may not have been aware of. Mm-hmm. And so when I don't know how many years ago it was we started doing the Optimist came on to the show, but you learn a lot about an organization and the impact they have on the community. And then so fundraisers like the Pancake becomes even more significant because you realize the significance of where that money is going. So it's one of those shows I look forward to.
Well, we will be talking about the Pancake Breakfast, which is coming up, and also about the Optimist Club and what they do and why they are so important to the community. So it's an important show for you to be with us, and we'll be back with our guests right after this, so don't go away.
I'm transferring to the University of West Georgia.
Columbia University.
Kennesaw State.
UGA.
Loyola University in Chicago.
Grambling State.
Shorter University.
I'm going to Greensboro College, and we all got our start at Georgia Highlands.
No matter where your educational journey takes you, you can get your start at Georgia Highlands College. Georgia Highlands College. Enroll, engage, excel.
Welcome back to Community Watch, and we're very happy to have with us today Scott Moody and Mark Eubanks of the Rome Noon Optimist Club. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Great to be here.
All right, Pancake Breakfast is coming up. What's the date?
November 22nd,
November
Saturday.
22nd. Mm-hmm. All right, so really soon.
Very soon.
All right, and we'll go through all the particulars of it as we go on the show. But you mentioned before we started this was the 54th.
54th.
That's amazing. Now I'm assuming because we've had some experience with fundraisers. If they're not working, you don't keep doing. You don't keep doing.
No. This one works.
This one works.
This one works.
And I also seem to remember that is this not pretty much your one fundraiser?
It's our one and only.
That is correct.
We raised all of our funds for the whole annual budget at one time.
So it has to work.
It has to work, and it does work. And it's one of the neat things about the organization is that if you're involved in the community, most of those organizations, you're going out asking the community.
Constantly.
Yeah, you
Trying to
are. I
raise
mean, that's
money.
part of it. And so one of the neat things about the Optimist Club in Rome is we tell everybody if they considering joining or our members, we're asking you one day a year, and the other 364 days we're going to do stuff with the funds we raise for the youth we want to serve.
So you don't have to spend the rest of the year with other events, or because this does it.
This is the. I mean, of course, as with any event, there's work going leading up to it and other things, but the actual event is one day from 6 a.m. to noon. So 5 hours we raise funds.
5 hours.
I'm sorry, 6 to
6
noon
hours.
is 6 hours.
Get the math in here.
I know, I have to get the math in here, the pressure. Anyway, 6 hours, and then that's it. That's how we raise the money for all the programs we do for youth.
We have to figure that one out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to figure it out.
It's become a tradition.
Yes.
It's become a social event. I mean, people. I see people at that pancake breakfast. I don't see maybe once a year. You know, that's it. And you'll see so many people bring their whole family up. And just enjoy the morning of socializing and having pancakes and sausage.
In fact, there's a group of 3 guys that it's a tradition for them. They're going to be the first ones in the door. And every year, they're first in line, and they sit and have breakfast together at our event.
Wow. You know what's impressive when you say the 54 years is that it's a simple fundraiser too. When you really think about it, I don't know how much overhead you have, but it's pancakes and sausage. So it's not a gala. It's not a lot of some of these other fundraisers that they do. Some of them do quite well, but it's a simple fundraiser. So I think the success of the fundraiser speaks more to the work you're doing than the actual fundraiser itself.
And it very much speaks to the people who came before us in the club, because you say, how much can it cost? Well, I can tell you, it costs nothing. Members of our club over the years have built relationships with local businesses to where everything we get is donated. The pancake batter, the milk, the orange juice, the soda, the coffee, everything. The utensils, we buy those with a gift card we're given. The sausage that we make, it is all the things used for that is donated. The only thing we really buy is we do have to buy the sausage. But everything else is through donations who people who believe in what we're doing, and those relationships were built over years. So for me this year, it was simply a question of making those contacts. Hey, it's time for the pancake breakfast. Are you going to support us again this year? And the answer was pretty quick, yes.
But when I know you only come in once.
Yeah, and that's it. And that's the thing. Yeah, we do. We don't come out with our hand out all the time. We come one time, and we let them know, here's the things we're doing with the assistance you're giving us. We're putting it back into our community.
And y'all have this pancake thing down. I mean, it's a well-oiled pancake machine.
Over the years, we've accumulated the equipment, which we store, throughout the year.
At his place.
My garage is full of it right now. But we bring it in. We have our own grills, our own mixers, and everything that it takes to put the meal on. And that's a big advantage to us, we by doing that. But it's taken several years to acquire that kind of equipment as we grow. At one point, believe it or not, several years ago, we actually made the sausage ourselves. We had an agreement with Berry and their meat lab. One of our members, ran that operation for Berry and brought in the health inspector, and we process our own sausage and everything. And even today, we're having somebody else process that sausage for us, but that menu, that ingredients that are into that is still the same formula that we used when we were doing it ourselves.
I have to say, it's probably the best sausage I have ever had.
Fantastic.
It is great. It's a great formula. It's consistent, and of course, it's fresh. And when we go pick up sausage, it's just been processed, and we get it back out to people within a week or so. So
now, how much sausage? Because I know a couple of years ago I was astounded It was astounding to find out how much sausage y'all actually sell. The pounds.
Well, I know that answer because I had to get it.
I'm sitting there trying to calculate my head. You know.
We make 3 trips, and the first trip we make, we get 800 pounds, and then we go get another 800 pounds, and in a couple of weeks I'll go get the final load, which is 4. So we get 2,000 pounds of sausage that we sell. On top of that, we get 800 pounds of patties to serve the day of the event.
Wow.
So you can buy just sausage if
Yes,
you like.
$5 for a pound. It's in a sleeve. It has our logo on it, and we had a meeting today, and I probably handed out over 100 pounds of sausage a day to our members who've been getting it every week. So another 100 went out.
Mm.
And Scott, you are the president-elect,
That's correct.
which means this is your baby this year.
Yes, if for 54 years this event's been going on, and I'm ensured that there's 55.
But you know what I love about that idea is that you as the president-elect, you have to go through the fire. You have to.
Yes.
So when you are the president, you know
Yes.
what it takes for this event to be successful, which gives you an advantage in the sense that I've been there, so you can help the next person because you've actually learned it on your own time. I mean, you learned it yourself, which I think it really helps because now every president has gone through that same process. So
Yes.
you have that in common. So you're very sympathetic, I think, to the next president-elect because you know what it takes.
It is, and it's and to have that knowledge base to draw from. I mean, it would be very difficult for me to mess anything up because those other people that have been presidents are coming up and saying, "Hey, have you thought about this?" If I don't tell them, "Have you thought about that? Have you done this yet?" And they're being nice.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to remind you that this is to be done. Can I help you? And so it gets done.
We have been involved in some organizations, and it often happens that everything falls to the president.
Yes.
You know that, don't you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So that's another reason I like this, because
Yes.
it guarantees involvement at other levels.
Yes.
So yeah, this is a model I like.
And just to go through that, there's 7 or 8 jobs. I mean, cooking the sausage patties. There's someone in charge of that in the club. That's not me. I don't have to worry about that. It's done. They're going to take care of it. Mixing the batter. There's members that know how to do that and take care of that. There's a member who's in charge of the volunteers that day. There's members that's in charge of taking up money. And as I said, a lot of these people have done this for a number of years. So, if there's any training going on, they're training the new members. And I'm just in charge of getting the things organized and saying, "Hey, have you got this? You got it? Okay."
So really, you're the president.
of that for that one day, yes. For that one day.
Your job is not to do it. Your job is just to make sure it all comes together.
To delegate it out, but there are things to do, but a lot of it is you're checking to make sure, "Hey, is this okay? Can I help you with anything? Have you got it done?" And the answer is usually, it's ready. And when you show up Saturday morning at 5-something in the morning, it's ready.
Gentlemen, we couldn't put this thing on, though, if it wasn't for the community,
No.
chipping in and doing their share, not only in the donation of money, but also donation of time.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of volunteers that do help us get the batter, help us get the
Yes.
sausage, help us get the other ingredients that we have. And so it is important.
And how much are the tickets?
The tickets are $5 in advance, $6 at the door.
All you can eat?
All you can eat. As long as you want to eat, we'll feed you. You can go through the line as many times. We'll put you as many pancakes on your plate as it'll hold if that's what you want to do.
Well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to say, Scott said I can have more than 2 on my plate.
Yeah, they will do it.
Maybe we need to charge $10.
That's it, yes.
For certain individuals.
The super sellers.
We're going to go over the details of where to get tickets and stuff a little later in the show. I know we need to get into a discussion of what the Optimist Club is really about and why you do all of this work. We're coming up on a break in just a little bit here. So when we come back, we want to find out a little bit about the history of Optimist Club, but also about your initiatives and what you intend to do with this money, this pancake money, the pancake dollars. So stay with us. We have a lot more. We'll be right back after this.
I grew up in the housing projects of Cleveland. I didn't even know that life could be any better than it was. Education for me has been a way to get away from the agony of what was normal life. I want to be able to impact the community, not just look back on where I came from, but to reach back to where I came from and pull some people up with me. My name is David, and I am your dividend.
Welcome back to Community Watch. We're talking with Scott Moody and Mark Eubanks of the Rome Noon Optimist Club, who have their famous pancake breakfast coming up on the 22nd of November. But the Optimist Club, Mark, I understand you're past president and pretty much the...
I'm the has-been. I've been around a long time.
But you've been involved at state level?
Right. I joined my first Optimist Club in 1969. I'm not going to tell you my age.
Okay.
You know, I was just a child. But joined the Rome Noon. I was in the Atlanta area. Moved up here and joined the Rome Noon Club in '78. I've served in various capacities on the district level, the Georgia district level, and also the international level. Optimist clubs were started in 1919 up in New York City. The oldest Optimist club in the state of Georgia is the Atlanta Club, and it's about 65 years old. We were chartered in 1948. Our motto and our focus is on youth. Originally, when the clubs were first chartered, it was started out as a friend of the boy, and then from there it was changed to the friend of the youth. And now we do a lot of youth serving activities throughout the community. Raise the funds through our pancake breakfast, and we probably help, I'm not sure the total number, but somewhere in the neighborhood of probably 15 to 20, youth-oriented operations here in Floyd County. All of our money pretty much stays right here in Floyd County.
Well, I know one of the operations you have helped in the past has been Foundation Camp, which is a camp that Georgia Highlands and the 100 Black men of Rome, Northwest Georgia have presented the last few years. We've been very grateful for your help there.
That's the focus. We like to be able to help the youth in some way, and you fellas really touch a lot of young adult males and females, I think, in that program. So,
what I like about that, about Optimist, the way it operates, but it makes sense. You have people that actually do the work with kids, and then the Optimist been in the position to help those people that are doing the work, because it's hard to try to raise the funds you need for stuff like Foundation Camp and just work on Foundation Camp. And I love that concept that we can help even though we're not directly involved, but we're still a very important part of that. It's a relationship. So it really becomes a relationship where you're really helping your community. And you don't have to be, because some people, if they're not involved at all. But the Optimist is very involved, even though we may not be directly doing the service.
We try to do a mix. I mean, we help other organizations that help kids. And as you said, a lot of times what they need is they have the people, they need the funds. And then we have our own programs we run that we do the same thing. So we do a mix, helping other organizations and doing programs through our own organization.
And kind of one of our strongest programs that we personally do now is what we call the Student of the Month program, where we bring in high school children and honor them for their achievements, and they're actually nominated through the teachers and counselors of the school. It's really heartwarming. If you've got an opportunity to come to one of those programs, you'll be very surprised.
And that program kind of builds to other things with what we do. Like we have, I said, High School Student of the Month. We're wanting to recognize students who do well. They may well in a number of things, And then, they have to speak. Well, we give them parameters and help them so they're used to talking in front of adults. They get that experience. Well, then we have our Student of the Year program. And then we have a scholarship program. And all those kind of wrap one into the other to where it kind of builds those kids. And we do an essay contest, and we from time to time do an oratorical contest. So we're about helping youth and about building up, they're making them better people and speaking in public in a room full of adults. That's a big obstacle to overcome.
It's a fear. For a lot of
It is a
people.
fear.
Yeah, for a lot of people.
But you would be impressed at how well they handle themselves.
And let me ask you this, Scott. So do the students of the month therefore become the students that are selected for Student of the Year?
They don't. It's not necessarily they can be. Our Student of the Year program, we basically have 3 criteria, and we go back out and ask the schools for those. And that's community involvement, because that's who we are, And then we have an all around, and what we're looking is academics, athletics, fine arts, that connection, and then their community involvement. So we're looking all around, and then we have what we call a life hero, and that's a child that has overcome some type of obstacle to be optimistic and successful. A lot of times it can be, it can be a loss of a parent. It can be some other tragedy that's happened in their life, but they don't let those things get in the way of moving on. So from the Student of the Month and the Student of the Year program, those kids are eligible for our year-end scholarships.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I was wondering. Because if you're honoring these students, it would make sense that if they also...
We also have created over the years, relationships with some of the schools, and we actually have what we call a Junior Optimist Club within the schools. If you're a member of a Junior Optimist Club, you can also qualify for one of these scholarships too. So that's involved there. We started the Optimist Club. This is, of course, before my time, but we actually started a Junior Optimist Club that later became the Boys Club of Rome, Georgia, which is now the Boys and Girls Club of Rome, Georgia.
Okay, didn't know that.
So that the Boys and Girls Club grew out of the Optimist Club.
It really did. Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, the Boys Club of Rome actually was formed by the Optimist Club.
And the Rome chapter was begun in what year?
1948.
I'm trying to do the math. What is that?
66 years.
66 years.
I was born that year. I just told my age, didn't I?
So that is a long history of helping the community. Very long history. And what's the current membership? How many members?
I think currently, right now, today, we have like 65 active members. We have about 15 of what we call Friends of Optimism, which you can, if you cannot come to the meetings for whatever reason or something like that, you can be a friend of an optimist. And there's an annual dues of about $100. It allows you everything except voting privileges, basically, that a regular Optimist member has. So, we're always looking for good members.
Well, that's a healthy organization right there. 60-something active members. That's pretty. Yeah. And all of them are going to be making pancakes.
But I know why, though.
Yeah, and they will. Yes, they'll be.
But I know why.
Every member will be there.
But I know why you have 65 active members. We should join. We might join. If you only have to fundraise once a year.
That's it. And
I mean, I joke about it because as the president of 100, but for so many organizations, that is just, your members get tired and it's that time again. It's just fundraisers and being able to just do it one time a year and then put that money back into the community has to be a very rewarding feeling.
It is. And then our weekly meetings, the focus is on learning something about our community or honoring the youth or hearing from the youth. I mean, they're informative and or uplifting. So, it's just a great way to start your week.
How much, I know it's got to change from year to year, but how much do you expect to bring in from this year's
Oh, I think we need to bring in 100,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
In all honesty, for the last few years, we've been, collecting and netting out somewhere in the neighborhood of $35,000.
Yeah, that's a lot of pancakes.
It is. It's a lot of pancakes, a lot of fun, and we do. We sell tickets. Of course, we sell the sausage. We also have some good supporters that are corporate sponsors of ours. And as Scott said at our club meeting this morning, I shouldn't repeat this on air here, but he said, we just as soon you bought a ticket and didn't come to eat.
That's right.
So we make more money that way,
But I'm coming.
But it is, and that's it. I mean, we do. I mean, although 2,000 people will roll through, we sell more than 2,000 tickets.
Because I was doing the math, I'm thinking 35,000. $2,000 times 2,000 people times $5 does not equal.
No, but it kind of breaks into three things. I mean, we make money off the sausage we sell, the tickets we sell, and then the corporate sponsorships. And those three components, that's how we make the money that day.
And a lot of our corporate sponsors, as you said a while ago, they're only hit up one time by us, so they're willing to benefit and help us, And we couldn't do it without them. We really couldn't. We make about a third of our income from our corporate sponsors.
Exactly. And then the businesses, besides the ones that provide the financial support, then the ones that provide the support for the materials, the things we need, so that there's almost no cost to putting on the event.
But I think that really speaks to, for me, it just really speaks to the validity of your organization and the community. That that it really matters. That when you have that level of support, that clearly you're doing something good.
We know we do. We see it, and as I said, when you come to one of our meetings, when we recognize kids, you see what we do and why we do it, and that's what makes it easy. I don't think it was, we recognized a group of students for Student of the Month last week, and this week, we had a lot of members picking up more tickets and more sausage, and they see, even the members see, I want to support what we're doing.
And it's some personal growth for the members too.
Yes, it is.
I've seen members come in, including myself, that would not have been able to stand in front of a group of folks and give a presentation. And of course, I don't do very good at it now, but at the same token, I've learned a lot of confidence in that. And we see people that go through the ranks and become president of the club that 3 to 4 or 5 years prior to that couldn't even say hello without being shy about it. So there's a lot of personal growth that we do have there too.
Well, we're coming up on another break. When we come back, we will let you know where you can get your tickets.
Fantastic.
And so don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
$7,000 high school students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
Welcome back to Community Watch. We've been talking with Scott Moody and Mark Eubanks of the Rome Noon Optimist Club, whose big event's coming up on the 22nd of November, the Pancake Breakfast. You need to buy multiple tickets to support the great work they do all year round. And you can get those tickets from any one of 65 members who will sell them to you directly. You can also go to the Facebook page, 54th Annual Pancake Breakfast, and get information there. But it should not be difficult for you to find a ticket.
No, and if for some reason you can't,
at
show
the
up
door. At the door.
We'll be glad.
And it's from 6
a.m. to noon.
6 to noon on the 22nd at
Civic Center.
the Civic Center
on the hill.
So help the Optimists do their great work. and eat some pancakes. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time on Community Watch.